Before we start, I want to thank everyone for the comments on the last Final Fantasy video. We are playing a bit ahead of the video, which means we cannot take all tips immediately into consideration, but we are keeping them in mind. Let's get back into our journey. We left off in the inn, Buscaron's Trouvers, if I pronounced that correctly of course. We finished up every quest we could do in the South Shroud and did most of the phase. After being done with all of that, we wanted to check out what the dungeons were about, which for the most part we could not enter for unknown reasons at the time. However, there was one my friend could enter where I was not able to, which is the 1000 Miles of Totorek. Since we weren't able to figure out why exactly, we completed the last quest we could in Quarry Mill, which made me reach level 27. We went to Eastern Tenalan, I have such a hard time pronouncing that word, afterwards for a hunting log and a few quests. My friend reached level 30 around this time. Most quests were a bit too low for us in here, and the hunting log was done for us in this area. So, we checked the southern Tenalan for more quests and some mobs for hunting logs. We wanted to see what the Sunken Temple of Karn was about. It sounded cool. Sadly, we couldn't enter this one yet either, making us think about on how to unlock most stuff. While doing what we could in the southern Tenalan, we both went through our quest logs to see what we had and what could maybe unlock something. What we noticed is that some quests were blue and had a plus icon near them. Could it be that those unlock something for our character? This one, for example, even had an Arcanist icon in the quest icon. We were thinking we might need to do those, even if that means we need to level separately for some time. Before we did that, we made sure our third rank of the hunting log was done, so we were somewhat on par with the level requirements for the hunting log. We went around Ul'dah to see if there were any other blue quests around there for us, since we need to get to the Western Tenalan anyway for my last hunting log mob. There weren't many, but the ones we could grab we did to make sure we have them. Now that we were done with the hunting log, my friend had to leave. I started doing the main quest from here on. We also noticed that it gives a lot more experience compared to the side quest and phase. Before leaving Limsa, after looking through almost every shop searching for a chocobo, I stumbled upon this band just playing some random music, which was quite enjoyable for me. They sent me to the Hall of the Novice, which sounds familiar. Luckily, I already did this earlier by accident, so we could just instantly go on with the quest. Now I had to enter a dungeon, Sastasha. I had the option to wait for a group, but since I was alone, I just went with the 3 NPCs for now. I cannot deny that this place looks gorgeous, and I had a lot of fun in this dungeon. Because of the scaling, I was not able to use my AoE abilities anymore, which in some cases was a bit of a bummer. One downside in these dungeons, at least for me running it for the first time, is that they somewhat do show on where everything is. This takes away a bit of the exploration part for me when looking for some small secret parts at least. After defeating all those pesky pirates, I had to defeat Dan. I'm not even sure what kind of creature he is supposed to be. Near the end I noticed the unnatural ripples, spewing out water. I clicked on one of them to remove the evil presence. Although I might be a bit too late with the rest, we managed to defeat Dan anyway. I reported back to Limsa and unlocked the party finder, and let me tell you, the party finder looked like one big mess to me. I had no idea what most of it meant. I tried to make sense of it, but I couldn't. Duties were mostly none, with a bunch of random text below it. Now looking back at it, it might be most likely all roleplay, and even some erotic roleplay by the looks of it. Going back fast to Gridania for a main quest, they instructed me to go to the second dungeon, the Damtara Deepcroft. Aesthetic wise it looked gorgeous, just like the first dungeon. While I did enjoy the first one a bit more, this one was certainly more unique with the orbs channeling to the middle of the dungeon. I might also remember it a bit less enjoyable because it was getting late and I was a bit tired at that point. The last boss has a nice model, I cannot deny that, and the fight was also fun. This was the moment I also got a message stating that I could accept the next class or job quests. This instantly reminded me of the spells I couldn't learn yet. I actually love that you need to unlock them in this way. I reported back to Gridania, where they sent me right to Ulda for the last dungeon quest. Around this point my friend came back online, so we did the last dungeon together, Copperbell Mines. It was quite an enjoyable experience. People also don't mind that you watch the whole cutscene in a dungeon. They can just start with the boss if they want to, and we can hop in right after the cutscene. Again, a well-made dungeon combined with bosses who all do something different. Even if it is just stack up, dodge the cone, or everyone dodge their own circle, for example. After reporting back to Ulda, some thugs, or whatever they were, accused a lady of theft. Of course, the heroes we are, were in the right place at the right time and helped her. I was sent off to Vesper Bay, where we met a bunch of new people. And all voice lined actually. It was very nice to have.
My name is Minfilia.
I got my first task and went right to it. There were some unsolved mysteries I had to investigate. At this point I got to level 32, where I had little time left. So my friend and I did a few side quests on North Shroud before leaving. Since we didn't know yet that the main story quest would end up being the same, we did some more side quests all over the place, including hunting for mobs which were required for the hunting log. We focused mostly on exploring areas where we haven't been yet, such as Eastern Lanoskea and Outer Lanoskea. We made sure to attune to every crystal we could find. After exploring a bit, we reached a lovely harbor, Costa del Sol. We love to see these kinds of huts near the ocean. Doing the last part here made us reach level 34. The last area we went to together was Southern Tenalan. There were a few quests we could do together over there. There was one fate that took maybe a bit too long. We had to kill this worm Ulhuatshi near Forgotten Springs. Too close to 6 minutes to be precise. After a lot of quests, fates and hunting log mobs, we reached level 35. Yes, I am still an Arcanist at this point. We didn't know the main story was that important. My friend is also a buggerlist at this level. Now that my friend had to leave again, it was time to finally solve the mystery. A few corpses were found. I brought them back to Camp Drybone. I had to run around town for a bit and had to do a few things around Eastern Tenaland for my main quest. Since I'm the type of person who doesn't read everything within a text box of a given quest unless I'm really stuck, I noticed that this part of the main quest seems locked. Well, only to find out that I had to put on a costume. It's nice to see such flavor. I quickly equipped the given items and went on with my main quest. Together with Tancred I had to deceive someone. The person forfeits without a fight. Now it's time to report the findings to Minfilia. Before entering the basement in Vesper Bay, I noticed I could accept a few blue quests around here. I accepted them all and completed the few instantly, which I was able to. Here I also gave my robe a new color. I liked both the old and the new one. It's nice to see the options like these in the game. I got sent off to Central Tenalan, where I learned about materia. I haven't done a lot with it yet, but it's nice to have the option available. Now that the materia enhanced dagger was ready, I rushed back to Minfilia to show her the dagger. We prepared an ambush, but there was another ambush for our ambush. This was about to get spicy. We got overrun and lost the battle. Now suddenly we felt like prisoners who were being offered to a demon-like creature? The flames made everyone follow the creature at will, but I was immune for some reason. Ifrit forced us into battle. It looked like it went well. About halfway through the fight, some infernal nail spawned. I might have noticed it a bit too late, because we all instantly died after I killed it. Or I did something else wrong. I wasn't sure and still aren't sure. We instantly went again, and this time we survived the big hit. This was enough to defeat the creature. Defeating it gave us a red crystal. Everyone else was cleansed of the red flames, but these two weren't too happy that we killed this creature. I have seen them before somewhere, although I don't remember where exactly. Now after we have reported our victory to the Scion of the Seventh Dawn, some officers rushed in. A Flame Officer, Serpent Officer and Storm Officer. Tataru wanted us to attend the Remembrance in Gridania, Ul'dah and Limsa Lominsa. I took the ferry to Limsa and attended the Remembrance over there. I went to Gridania for the second Remembrance and finished the third one in Ul'dah. These two also kept showing up. I wasn't sure who they were exactly, we might find out later. After I went back to Minfilia, I had to choose between 3 factions it seemed. I remembered the Maelstrom icon next to my friend's character in the friend list, so I just went with that one as well. We spoke to some personnel at the Maelstrom commander, which was abruptly interrupted by someone who told us some airship might have crashed. I quickly went to the fields to investigate. It seems the crash might have been planned by some Imperial people. We confronted them and took the fight. A weird machine appeared halfway through the fight. It was quite unexpected if you ask me. Now that we have defeated them, the crew was going to stay behind to repair the ship. When the cutscene ended, they all suddenly disappeared. Even the ship. They really fixed that ship fast. Now, we are officially a member of the Maelstrom. I saw the quest to finally get myself a chocobo. I checked out the seal exchange, where I noticed I didn't have enough storm seals yet, so this was my first priority. I went to the PvP area to complete one of the quests. It was called Wolf's Den or something. The quest gave me about 1400 storm seals. That should be enough to buy the chocobo, and also we don't usually PvP in such games, so we will be skipping that for now. I bought the Storm Chocobo issuance for the quest and went to the Chocobo Keep. I finally got myself my Chocobo. After a long time, I can run around as well with my mount. It apparently also has an option to fight. We will be figuring that out later. I think this is also a good time to wrap things up. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Leave a like if you liked the video and comment down below which of the early areas you enjoyed the most. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already to not miss any of my videos. I hope I see you all in the next one. Bye bye!